making those small changes, right, that does have a big impact leads into our next tip of apps. How many apps do we pay for? Subscriptions do we pay
Subscriptions.
for
Yes.
that we are not using? Sure, there are a lot of ones that add value to our lives that we use, that we like, that we would be lost without them. But think about the ones that you're paying for. And even if it's a small charge on your card every month, $2.99, $7.99, $9.99, right? We overlook it because, oh, it's not that much money. It's not worth my time or energy or effort to think about it or look at it. But really, I think it is worth your time and
It
effort
is.
to clean all of those up. Not only are you getting rid of the clutter, right? You're freeing up money, but now you're, again, we use this word all the time, you're being intentional
Yes.
about what you're spending money on and how it adds value to your life.
And that's the key word, right? It's the value, right? So, are the things that you're spending money on adding value to your life? Are they helping you achieve your goals? Because we don't really separate the idea of value and goals. Goals need to be built on the foundation of value. And so, if you're pursuing a goal, you should have the value side covered, right? And anyway, so when we talk about these subscriptions, how many of those crept into your life because we talked about SiriusXM, you got a free trial period. And then after that trial period was over, it started automatically charging you because even with the trial period, you have to put in a credit card or a debit card number so that they can automatically start charging you. And I mean, let's face it, they hope that you're going to get hooked, and most of us do, or we don't, and we just don't see that as as an exercise worth our time to go get rid of, or worse, we justify it, right? And now all of a sudden,
Right.
something that doesn't add value, something that wasn't on our list, and it's not intentional, we are justifying the expense and we're moving on down the road paying our bills and telling ourselves that we're managing our budget and doing a good job. And that may not be the case if you actually sat down and applied a little bit of critical thought and said, do I really want this service? Do I really need this service? And so that's where you
Yep.
really have to go back and you have to challenge yourself. And I'll throw this tip out there too, along with these subscriptions. This is something that I do. I don't sign up for anything that charges you monthly. I will only sign up for programs that allow me to charge annually. And I will set those up for automatic renewal. But the difference is I get that reminder once a year and I get that confirmation that says, hey, in 30 days, you're going to get that annual renewal automatically unless you want to make a change. And so they don't all overlap at the same time during the year, but throughout the period of a year, I'll interact with each of those subscriptions one time and I'll have to make the decision, do I want to commit to this for a year? And
That's a
that
great tip.
that for me is not just do I want to make one more monthly payment? It's do I want to commit to this for a year? And that's a different decision in most cases, right? I either
Yeah, I,
ye-
I absolutely love what you're saying. I think I've never thought of it that way, but now that you're articulating it, I think that's an absolute bang on smart idea. Another thing, when you're thinking about, okay, now you've identified what you want to eliminate,
Mhm,
go in it with the idea of they are going to try to keep you.
mhm.
So give yourself the time when you're trying to cancel a subscription that, all right, this may be a little effort because it may be hard to find how to cancel. It may be hard to find within the app or on their website. They may, entice me back with offers or
That's
incentives.
right.
So stand firm in your conviction. Don't get frustrated if the process is difficult, but move forward and eliminate the things that you don't want to have in your life anymore.
And I'd say
Another way,
don't try to
oh,
do them all at once, right? Like you were saying,
right.
it may be difficult, so don't sit down and think you're going to cancel 30 subscriptions today. Like let's do 2 and see how that goes. We'll learn a little bit and then if you've got a list of 30, hopefully you don't, but if you do, work your way through those. You'll learn something from every interaction. And yes, don't let them upsell you or offer you another free trial because that'll do is put you right back in the same cycle.
Yep, exactly. So another tip that we want to share with you on how you can get more money out of the money that you're already making is consider adjusting your tax withholdings with your
Absolutely.
employer. There are many of us, and this was me before I learned this tip. We loved getting that big tax refund back every year, and we would plump up our savings account and use it for a vacation or use it for some things around the home. But most often, people don't make a plan for this money. So as soon as it comes in, it's
It's
going
gone.
back out again.
Yep.
Whether it is intentional with going back out, into a vacation, or it's unintentional of, man, it's been hard. I've been strapped. Now I have this money. I have a little bit of breathing room. Let's go out to dinner. Let's go to a concert. Let's do some shopping, and then the money's gone before you even think about it. Plus, the government is using this money. It's your money. They're borrowing it from you. You use your money.
That's
You
right.
have a little bigger paycheck each pay period, but be diligent with where that money is going, and it will reap rewards for you because now you have that money week to week, biweekly, monthly, whenever you're getting paid to use to help you achieve your goals. We keep getting back to the goals. The
Same.
goals are so
And
important.
the same word applies here, right? Be intentional. So if you're saying that you're going to take more of the money in, a lot of people are going to think, well, if I have it, I'm going to spend it. That's why I let the government hold it, because then I get that back and I get this big infusion of cash, But again, that mentality, if you're thinking if I have it, I'm going to spend it, then you've already spent it. You're just waiting to spend it at a later date. So what we want to do is go back to being intentional. You want to know what your plan is, what your goals are, where your values are pointing you. And if you can set all
Right.
those things up and you can follow that plan, and this is such something that's so critical with goal setting is setting up goals that you can actually achieve, right? And so having those big goals, stretch goals, is critical because that's what's going to help you really make progress. But if your only activity is to make a goal that you can't achieve, well, that's unrealistic, and you're going to fail, and then you're going to beat yourself up for it, and then you're going to, go. Some people shop as a way to cope with stress. And so if you create stress in your life, then you're going to go spend money. And if money is the thing creating stress, well, this becomes a downward spiral, right? So we want to stay away from those kinds of things. But if you can put those goals out there and then create lots of small goals that help you achieve success every day, every week, whatever, and you can feel good about that, and then you can repeat that process, now you're moving toward that bigger goal. And you're going to get there. It's just a question of time. And so using this as a tool to get more of the cash available to you allows you to put that cash, put that money, your money, in an account that is actually going to help you achieve those goals maybe faster, right? Or maybe
Right.
achieve more than you thought you could.